Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and a build update of our Ford 32 5-window coupe. It's been a while since I've done a video and it's time. I got a lot done here. First off, I put the fan on the radiator and I wanted to see if that would fit with the engine. So I glued it on with Mod Podge and I'm glad I did because it's got to come off. It does not fit with the Chrysler engine. So I'll just clean off the Mod Podge here real quick. I'll hit the cross members with a little bit of Tamiya semi-gloss black and we won't lose that battle. Next thing, I got the interior pretty much done. And I am tickled with my interior because most of the time it is just a disaster. I can't do gauges to save my life. And look at, I got gauges in here that look like they're supposed to be without using decals. I love the piston stick shift. I think that is so cool. I did that with flat aluminum, and then I did titanium silver and then rubber black for the bottom. I'm really happy with this. It's looking good. So that'll just sit down on top. The body, all I did was a quick so far paint on the inside. We'll leave that alone. This is where the magic's been happening. And I'm going to put my goggles on so I can point and talk at the same time here. First off, the wheels are just sitting there. I just wanted to see what it'd look like with the wheels in place. And I love them. I mean, I really like these wheels. So let me take this and pop off the wheels. And I'll show you where we are. I got the front suspension on, and it was really easy to do. It fit on there. It fell together, just like most of this model has. I painted my rotors red. I painted my brake lines that I used, my 30.3 millimeter solder that I've been using on everything. I used them on the brake lines coming up here, and then I painted a little bit of Tamiya's gold leaf on the ends to simulate the fittings, and I think it did a pretty good job. I ran this line across through the frame, across the front and in, and tied it into the other side here. Well, I went through the frame this way and over and tied it into this line and then came out with that one so that there's a fitting right here. I got the engine all put together. I got my linkage in place. I hope you can see that linkage. It came out really good. I just, a couple minutes ago, hit it with Tamiya panel liner to darken up this mixture I did with the flat aluminum and gold. And then the Tamiya panel liner makes it just pop. Same with the spring. I just used my 32 AWG wire, spun it around another wire, and I'm good to go there. Underneath, I think we're looking pretty good. I did the same thing in the back. I ran my brake line back here and I tied it in on top of the axle. Just put a drop of Mod Podge on there to simulate a fitting. I'll come back with the gold leaf and I'll touch that. I ran that line around and then underneath the axle on both sides. Underneath, and I know it's going to be hard to see, but the airbag, remember I told you about the airbag? I ran that down and then straight into the trunk on both sides, around and into the trunk. Remember, fuel line runs up here, and the gas line, or the brake line runs here to the master cylinder, and then that for the front. And then again, I did the same thing with the brakes. I got a bent fitting here. Let's straighten that out on camera. There we go. I painted a little dot of gold, painted the black, and that simulates the rubber and the little brass fittings that are going on there. My chrome came out good. I haven't messed it up yet. I did a little bit of playing pretty much with my drive shaft. The engine dropped in. You can see I'm glad the starter fit there. Now my headers, remember we talked about the headers, did not fit for squat. So they're pretty much butchered with the chrome. I'll have to come in here and touch this all up. I use Mod Podge to fill the gap here and kind of glue it in. Once I get that silvered out, that'll disappear. On the top, though, I had to flatten that out so far that I lost the roundness of it, so I put a drop of Mod Podge all the way down, all 8 of them. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll hit that with the Tamiya's chrome. It won't be the best in the world, but at least it'll simulate the chrome. Look at how dirty from messing around with this thing I had. Just wipe it down with a Q-tip. And then there we go with the engine. I got my fuel line run. Again, I did a little drop of Mod Podge at the joint where it goes into this carburetor. Hit that with a gold. That'll stand out nice. I made my alternator bracket, and I painted it semi-gloss black just to give a little break in color in there. Touched it here. Look at this. Dirt on the engine. My drive shaft linkage, I had to bend this all to snot and everything to make it fit around the headers. I actually broke it right here to get it to come around. It does fit underneath now. When this is in place, it hides everything, hides a world of sin, thank gosh. But I'll paint that, and that'll actually look like a little piece of linkage where it comes across and over and had to fit just to get it around that header. I don't know. It wasn't designed for it. This engine really was a not fit very well, especially for a Revell model. But it's looking good, though. My plug wires are looking good. They're all in. My vacuum advance is in. Everything's up and ready to go. I am getting really, really close now to finishing this thing off. My wheels, again, I love these, and they just drop together. So other than the engine, this model's been a dream. And even the engine, I mean, what can you say? But anyhow, that's where I am right now. I'll let Duke get back in here and take some pictures, and Chandler get back to work on that engine. Maybe he can figure out something with those dang headers. But anyhow, I will let you go. I'm Mark. This is Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. The 32 Ford 5 window. Looking good so far. Thanks for watching.